Okay, picture this for a second. You have a big job interview tomorrow.
Hmm.
You're probably laying out your clothes right now, right? Maybe a sharp blazer, polished
You're
shoes.
curating an image.
Exactly. You're curating an outfit to be seen. You want to project competence, confidence, all that hire me energy.
Right. It's performative.
Mhm.
We dress to signal who we are or who we want to be to the world.
For sure. And usually when we get into the weeds of language on this show, we treat words the same way. We look for those, power suit words.
That shout.
Yeah, words that paint vivid pictures that make sure you are understood loud and clear.
Yeah.
But today, well, I was looking through the research stack you sent over, and we're doing the exact opposite.
We are. Today is about the other side of the closet.
We're not looking at the outfit you wear to be seen.
No. Today we're looking at the outfit you put on when you want to disappear.
We're unpacking a breakdown from the word wardrobe, vocabulary of secrecy. And I have to say, the central metaphor here, this idea that words are the clothing our thoughts wear, it really, really lands when you apply it to secrecy.
It does, because hiding isn't just one thing. It's not just being quiet.
No.
There's a massive fundamental difference between hiding because you're scared, hiding because you're planning something, and hiding because you're cheating.
And that's the mission for this deep dive, right? We're going to strip down, pun intended, 3 specific words that describe this art of being low profile: furtive, surreptitious, and underhanded.
Think of it as a spectrum. We're going to move from that sort of physiological nervous reaction of guilt
Okay.
to the more intellectual exercise of stealth and planning, and then finally we'll land on the ethical breach of dishonesty.
And for everyone listening, I want to be clear. This isn't just some dry vocabulary lesson. We're not just going to read dictionary definitions at you.
No, not at all.
This is really a deep dive into human behavior. We're talking about why your stomach drops when you get caught doing something you shouldn't, how spies operate, and why you should probably never play poker with someone who keeps their hands under the table.
It's psychology disguised as etymology.
I love that. So let's open the wardrobe. First item on the rack is furtive.
Furtive.
Now, when I hear furtive, I immediately think of like a bad crime novel or a police report.
The suspect cast a furtive glance.
Exactly. It feels almost cliche. But looking at the history of this word, the notes suggest it's actually much darker, or at least more desperate than just looking around quickly.
It is. To really get the energy of furtive, you have to go all the way back to the Latin root. The word comes from furtum.
Which means,
Theft.
whoa,
Ah.
theft. Okay, see, that changes the flavor immediately for me.
It does, doesn't it? Etymologically, a furtive action is a stolen action. You aren't just looking, you are stealing a look.
You're stealing a moment.
You're stealing a moment of movement. It implies that the action itself doesn't really belong to you, or that you have no right to be doing it.
That creates such a specific energy. It's not just being quiet, it's soaked in guilt. It feels anxious.
Precisely. The definition we're working with is attempting to avoid notice or attention, typically because of guilt or a belief that discovery would lead to trouble.
Discovery would lead to trouble. That feels like the key right there.
And the source material uses a really effective visual for this. If furtive were an item in your wardrobe,
It would be a pair of dark sunglasses.
a pair of dark sunglasses.
Okay, let's unpack that. Because sunglasses can be cool. They can be about style. Tom Cruise wears sunglasses,
True, but think about the function of sunglasses in a secretive context. Why do you wear them indoors or at night?
To hide.
You wear them to see without being seen. You want to observe the room, but you don't want anyone to track your eye movements. You're hiding your intent.
That makes sense. But unlike a spy in a movie who looks cool, the behavior that goes with furtive seems, I don't know, twitchy. The notes say quick and nervous.
That's the somatic marker, the body language.
Yeah.
Furtive is rarely smooth
Mm-hmm.
because it's rooted in furtum theft. It's reactive. It's the lizard brain screaming, "Don't get caught."
Right.
The survival instinct kicking in over something usually pretty minor.
The source gave a couple of examples, and I want to drill into the cookie scenario because it's so low stakes, but it fits perfectly.
A perfect example.
You're at a dinner party, or maybe you're on a diet, and you just slide a cookie off the plate when you think no one's looking.
Right. Now, why is that furtive and not just taking a cookie?
Because of the speed.
Yeah.
And the internal feeling.
The speed, but also that internal state. You know you shouldn't. Maybe it's almost dinner. Maybe it's the last one. There's a micro spike of cortisol.
You're not planning a heist.
No, you're reacting to a sudden impulse and trying to mitigate the social cost.
So furtive is often impulsive.
Often, yes. Or at least immediate. It's hand speed being faster than brain speed.
The other example resonated with me even more. The wedding ceremony.
Ah, yes. The wedding watch check.
I have lived this. He cast a furtive glance at his watch during the vows.
You're sitting there. It's beautiful, but it's been 45 minutes.
It's hot. You're hungry.
You desperately want to know the time. But you can't just lift your arm and stare at your wrist like you're waiting for a bus. That's so rude.
Exactly. You're violating a social norm. If the bride's mother sees you checking your watch, you're in trouble. Social trouble. You look bored.
So you do the slide. You slide the cuff up just a tiny bit. You dart your eyes down and you dart them right back up before anyone notices.
That is the essence of furtive. It's a stolen check of the time. You are robbing the couple of your full attention, and you're frantically trying to hide the evidence of that theft.
It's funny how guilt is the engine here.
It is.
If I check my watch because I have a legitimate reason, like a medical thing, I'm not being furtive, I'm just checking my watch. Correct. Because there's no fear that discovery would lead to trouble. You have a valid reason. Furtive requires that internal friction, that knowledge that you are, arguably up to no good.
Even if no good is just being bored at a wedding or eating a cookie.
Right.
So to sum up the furtive vibe, it's the nervous reaction. It's the sunglasses. It's that fear of the spotlight because you know you shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Spot on. But now let's go deeper into the wardrobe. Let's trade those twitchy, nervous sunglasses for something much more controlled, something heavier.
Word number 2.
Surreptitious.
Now, before we even define it, just listen to the word itself. Surreptitious.
It's a mouthful.
It is. Compare it to furtive. Furtive is 2 syllables, sharp, quick, like the glance itself.
Yeah.
Surreptitious is 4 syllables. It takes time to say, it flows, it feels structured.
And let's be honest, it's a nightmare to spell. Surreptitious. It's like the spelling itself is trying to hide something from you. It's complex, and that complexity fits the definition perfectly. Surreptitious means kept secret, especially because it would not be approved of.
Wait, not approved of sounds a lot like the trouble we just talked about with furtive. What's the real distinction here?
The distinction is agency and process. Furtive is a twitch. Surreptitious is an operation.
An operation. Okay.
Think about the root here again. It comes from sub, meaning under, and a repair, to seize, so snatching something from underneath. But in modern usage, it's all about stealth. It implies a system.
The word wardrobe metaphor for this one is the velvet-lined cloak.
Which I think is the most evocative image in the whole collection.
Why velvet? I mean, a cloak hides things, sure, but why velvet specifically?
Think about the physics of velvet. It absorbs light, for one, but more importantly, it absorbs sound.
Oh.
It's quiet. You don't rustle in velvet. A rain jacket rustles. Velvet is silent.
Ooh, I like that. So if furtive is the guy in sunglasses looking over his shoulder nervously, surreptitious is?
Who? Surreptitious is the secret agent blending into a cocktail party. The master of stealth. The velvet cloak doesn't just hide you, it makes you part of the background. It obscures the very fact that something is even happening.
So furtive is trying not to be seen doing something. Surreptitious is making sure no one even knows there's something to see.
Exactly. Let's look at the examples from the source. They mentioned a secret meeting in the back of a library.
Right. Hushed tones hidden in the stacks where no one goes.
But think about the logistics for that. You have to coordinate the time, choose a location, control your volume. You probably enter separately so people don't connect you. That's not a nervous reaction. That is a plan.
That's a really good point. You can't accidentally have a surreptitious meeting.
No. A furtive glance can be an accident, a reflex. A surreptitious meeting is deliberate. The business example is even better. The committee had a surreptitious meeting over the weekend to discuss the merger.
The classic weekend maneuver.
Right. Why the weekend? To avoid regular employees. Why a committee? Because it's organized. They're controlling the flow of information.
It feels proactive. Furtive is reactive. Oh no, don't look at me. Surreptitious is proactive. I have designed this environment so you cannot look at me.
That's a brilliant way to put it. And it works for small things, too. The source mentions passing a note under the table in class.
Which, let's be real, is a lost art now that everyone just texts. But I remember the mechanics of it.
It was an art form. You had to write it without the teacher seeing the pen move. You fold it just right. You wait for the teacher to turn to the chalkboard. You slide it, keeping your hand low.
Keeping your hand low. The velvet cloak.
Exactly. You're constructing a little localized zone of secrecy. It's not just guilt, it's technique.
So, if I'm summarizing, Furtive is, I hope they don't see me eat this cookie.
And surreptitious is.
We have a coordinated plan to meet at midnight to discuss the cookie inventory.
You've got it. Surreptitiousness is a capability. It's a skill set.
But here's the question. Is it bad? Furtive implies guilt. Is surreptitious always negative?
Not necessarily, and this is crucial for you to understand. You can surreptitiously plan a surprise party for your best friend.
True. You need the velvet cloak for that. You need the hushed meetings, the hidden decorations, the code words.
Right. So surreptitious really describes the method, the stealthy process. It doesn't inherently condemn the motive. It just means hidden and sophisticated.
Okay, that is a vital distinction because the next word, I have a feeling the next word doesn't get off so easily.
No. We are leaving the realm of innocent surprises and entering the danger zone.
Word number 3, underhanded.
This creates a clear boundary. We're crossing the line from just secrecy to unethical.
It just sounds dirty, doesn't it? That was an underhanded move. It sounds slimy.
It is the dirtiest word of the trio, absolutely.
Yeah.
The definition is acting or done in a secret or dishonest way.
Dishonest. There it is.
That's the pivot point. And the word wardrobe metaphor here is a bit more literal than the others.
The hidden pocket.
A hidden pocket used for smuggling.
Which implies contraband. You aren't just hiding your hands, you're hiding what's in them.
Exactly. But the real gold here, the thing that honestly blew my mind when I was reading the notes, is the origin story of this word.
I read this in the notes and I audibly gasped. It's from card games.
It is. It refers to the specific physical mechanics of dealing a deck of cards.
Break that down for us.
Okay, so in a fair game, how do you deal? You hold the deck, and your other hand comes over the top to slide the card off. Your hand is visible. It's above board.
Wait, above board, that's where that comes from.
Yes. Being above board means your hands are over the table, visible to everyone. But if you're a cheat,
You deal from the bottom.
you deal from the bottom. To do that, your hand has to go under the deck to slide the bottom card out. You are literally being underhanded.
That's perfect. It's so literal.
It really cements the meaning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're being underhanded, you are cheating. You are breaking the agreed-upon rules of the game to give yourself an unfair advantage.
So, unlike surreptitious, where you might be planning a surprise party, you can't really be underhanded for a good cause.
No, you can't underhandedly help an old lady across the street. The word implies a victim. It implies someone is losing because you are cheating the system.
The example in the source was corporate. The company was accused of using underhanded tactics to drive smaller competitors out of business.
Right. Let's analyze that. What does that actually look like?
Well, it's not just a secret meeting that would be surreptitious, and it's not just the CEO looking nervous, that's furtive.
Right. Underhanded tactics would be things like spreading false rumors about the competitor's product or poaching their key staff using blackmail.
It's sabotage.
It is active sabotage. It's deception. It's unfair play. You're manipulating the reality of the situation.
So if furtive is the sunglasses and surreptitious is the velvet cloak, underhanded is the ace up your sleeve, or I guess the ace on the bottom of the deck.
It's the hidden pocket with the stolen ace inside. It implies that if you were to reveal what you were doing, you wouldn't just be embarrassed like the wedding guest, you'd be condemned. You'd be kicked out of the game.
This gives us such a powerful spectrum. Okay, I want to try a synthesis here, a bit of a practical summary for everyone listening. Let's apply all 3 words to a single scenario.
I love that idea. What's the scenario?
Let's say, checking a text message during a nice dinner with your partner.
Ooh, dangerous territory. Okay, let's run it.
Scenario A, your phone buzzes. You know your partner hates phones at the table. You wait for them to take a bite and you quickly slide the phone out, glance at it, shove it back before they look up. Your heart races a bit.
That is furtive. Definitely. It's quick, reactive, driven by the fear of getting caught breaking a rule. You're wearing the sunglasses.
Okay. Scenario B. You're planning a surprise anniversary trip. The travel agent is texting you details. You've turned off the vibration. You keep the phone in your lap under a napkin. You have a system where you only check it when you go to the bathroom.
That is surreptitious. It's a calculated plan. You've got the velvet cloak on. You're hiding the activity, but the intent is benevolent, or at least highly organized.
Right. Okay. Scenario C. You're texting an ex-partner you promised you wouldn't talk to. You've changed their name in your contacts to Pizza Hut. So even if your current partner sees the screen, they're deceived.
Oof, that is underhanded.
Why?
Because of the act of deception. You're not just hiding the phone. You're manipulating the data to trick the other person. You're dealing from the bottom of the deck. You're changing the rules of the relationship without their knowledge.
That hits hard, but it makes it so clear furtive is the nervous reaction,
Surreptitious is calculated stealth.
and underhanded is unethical intent.
That's the triad. And noticing which one is happening tells you everything you need to know.
It's emotional intelligence, really, not just vocabulary.
Absolutely. Think about the workplace. If you see a colleague acting furtively hiding their screen when you walk by, you should ask, what are they afraid of? If you see them acting surreptitiously, booking private rooms, whispering, you should ask, what are they planning?
And if you see them acting underhandedly,
You should ask, how do I protect myself? Because they're already breaking the rules.
man, I am never going to look at a pair of sunglasses the same way again. Or a velvet cloak, for that matter.
Let's hope you don't run into too many hidden pockets.
Seriously, before we wrap up, I want to leave everyone listening with a thought from the source material that I found really provocative. It's a bit of a challenge for the rest of your day.
Let's hear it.
The author says that we all have this wardrobe. We all have the sunglasses, the cloak, and yes, sometimes the hidden pocket. So, as you go about your day, your meetings, your family dinners, try to catch yourself. Ask, which of my actions are above board and out in the light, and which ones are hiding in the wardrobe?
That is a powerful question. Because we all visit that wardrobe sometimes. The question is, which outfit are you wearing and why? Are you protecting a surprise? Or are you dealing from the bottom of the deck?
Deep stuff for a dive into 3 adjectives.
That's what we do. We unpack the suitcase.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.